What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the latest update. And it's Mancini. He is, he's leading the race apparently to take over, not in the summer, but mid season. And actually, to pinpoint it even more accurate, during the international break, if Mota doesn't beat Fiorentina, apparently he's out and Roberto Mancini comes back to Italy, and I was almost gonna say comes back out of retirement because I completely forgot that he was still coaching. To be honest, with the Saudi national team, actually, I didn't even check. Is he still coaching? I looked it up really quick. I completely forgot about it, and I'm that serious. And he is apparently the leading candidate to take over a complete new project that we started not even 12 months ago. That is probably more crazier than the Agnelli Klopp and Red Bull story I did a couple of days ago. But here we are. We're going to discuss it. So before we get into it, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about it. Okay, so straight out of the box, do you want Mancini at the club? Let me know in the comments, pin comment, let me know. Let's have that discussion, all of us, because I don't even know how to react to that. So the story is that if Motta doesn't beat Fiorentina on Sunday, he's out. He's out, and Giuntoli is not waiting until the summer. He's not appointing somebody to, steer the ship for the next, was it 3-4 months, until the World Cup, whatever. He is pulling the trigger now and going with Mancini. When we had the links to Pioli and Conte and Gasperini and so on, so on. This one comes out of the blue. It's been confirmed by multiple sources that he is on a list, but Tuttosport are pushing that it's not just on the list. He's at the top of the list, and the list is ready to kick in post Fiorentina during the international break with Roberto Mancini, who hasn't coached a club. I'm gonna say something wild, probably, I don't know, 10 years, maybe. Which I don't even know. What is the last team he coached? When did Italy win the Euros? Was it 22, 21? So I don't know, maybe 5-6 years. Is it Galatasaray last coach, the last job he had? I'm not even sure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually confused by the link because I actually forgot that he was still coaching. That's not me saying he's a bad coach, because he's proven in the past he's a good coach. But that's the past. That's like the Premier League club signing Sam Allardyce. Maybe it's a more ridiculous point, or Brandon Rodgers. Excuse me. Maybe that's even more ridiculous. But still, like somebody you thought was out of the game. Not that he's been out of the game, but when you start completely from zero last summer, and from zero, I actually mean literally from zero. We've all been here last summer, going from Allegri to Thiago Motta and a complete squad overall, to then say mid-season we're gonna go with Mancini, sounds like you have no clue what the F you're doing slash what you actually want to do with this club, being Giuntoli, being this manager, because this is a complete 360. This is going from unexperienced to extremely experienced, but kind of the old-fashioned way. I'm not sure how that idea even popped up with Giuntoli. Who has, and it's not disrespecting Mancini, by the way, but who has Mancini, like which club, which quote-unquote top club has Mancini on the list right now? I'm talking about on the list, let alone on the top of the list. Like, the story makes no sense, but it actually makes a lot of sense because of what has happened in the past, or like the last couple of months has proven that nothing needs to make sense with this club. It's all based on good faith, good hope, but no real belief in what we are or what they are trying to do, because that's what you do when you go for, let's say, a Mancini, because he is apparently the main candidate, to take over and prep for the Club World Cup, get us into the top four, and then what? Like, it's actually painful to even read these stories. Again, not a knock on Mancini, because I'm not going to sit here and say that Mancini is a horrible coach. He has no clue how to coach. That's ridiculous. However, it's painful to read these stories, because it kind of shows that we are in we're in a bad spot. We know that, but sometimes maybe it doesn't really hit, and when you read certain stories, you're like, damn, we really are in a bad place. Like, we really are struggling right now. Like, if we are in a situation, as a club, where we need to rely on these options, then like there are no words for it. Like, it's sad, it's worrying, it's whatever you want to call it. It's just the future of the club. It kind of tells you there's no real plan, and whatever the plan is, they don't believe in it. They're not willing to stick with it because they absolutely do not believe it. It's a massive flip, because when you bring in a coach like Mancini, things change from the idea of what you're trying to do to the future of the club. It's not long term. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Now, do I think they're gonna sack Motta during the international break if he loses to Fiorentina? No. Actually, I actually will be shocked if he gets sacked, even if we lose against Fiorentina. I will be shocked, And this is not to open up a debate. Do you think he should get sacked? Yes or no? Because I did that, yesterday with a call-in show, so you can watch that. That's not really the debate. The debate is, I don't think they're going to pull the trigger if we lose against Fiorentina right now during this international break. I don't think it's going to happen, because I struggle to believe the Mancini thing. And if you sack Motta right now, who are you going to bring in? That is my point. Again, not to make the point that you shouldn't sack him, yes or no. That's opinions. But the question is, if you sack him right now, then what is the plan? Because everything you read right now makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So that's my belief. That's where my belief is coming from, where I'm like, they're not going to sack him even if he lose against Fiorentina. And the Mancini story is actually crazy. It's wow. I thought the Pioli thing on Monday, which I refuse to talk about on this channel, was a bit weird. This one is even more. It's weird. It's strange. Like, it's actually ridiculous, up to a point where it's like, really, that's the list. That's what you're trying to do. Going from Allegri to Motta to Mancini. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. That kind of proves the fans' point of, you don't have a clue what you're trying to do. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about Mancini, about potentially a coaching change during the international break. Do you believe any of those? Do you want a coaching change during the break? And actually, what do you think about Mancini? Let me know, comment pinned in the comment section. So let's have that discussion. But man, it's getting stranger. It really is getting stranger. Anyways, like the video, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow post game. Ciao.